Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John Jake Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Coach Grossman Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we're out here with a more unique recruiting special. It's going to be a really good one. Going to take a look at your custom prospects, not only waiting at the high school and JUCO levels, but also take a look at your players that are scattered throughout the country here at the collegiate level as well. And then on top of that, we're also going to take a look at what bowl game that we are going to go to. We are still ranked number 9, even with the loss to Cincinnati. So it's going to be a really good episode. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it, starting with the guys at the college level who are custom players and are also starters on different football teams around the country. So let's take a look at our first custom prospect, and Kevin Sparks, who's actually playing at the tight end position. And in case you guys are also wondering as well, yes, that is Caleb Williams, the former quarterback of the Oklahoma Sooners. He's actually transferred to Old Dominion in this dynasty, as you see Kevin Sparks getting a little bit of run in this game, starting at the tight end position for the Old Dominion Monarchs, as his blocking does help his team with a 14-0 lead earlier. Could end up being 21-0 if they can connect on this play downfield, and for some reason Kevin Sparks does not see the football. Oh my goodness, he was wide but naked open as well. That would have been a walk-in touchdown, I think, if he was able to connect on that ball. But Sparks will end up at least getting one catch in this game. It will just go for a 3-yard catch as we go ahead, jump later into the fourth quarter, actually, as his blocking does lead to yet another touchdown for the Monarchs, as they will go ahead and take a 21-3 lead over the Rice Owls in the Conference USA Championship game. And it's just a bigger lead for Old Dominion, as they will hang on. Caleb Williams and company will end up winning the Conference USA title, and that will actually, I believe, take them to a 10-win season. So really good season for Old Dominion as they get ready to get themselves into the Sun Belt. Next year, they will be moving over to the Sun Belt Conference as part of so many of the conference realignments right now. But Kevin Sparks, he's been held pretty quiet as a receiver, though. Did only end up with that one catch. He didn't really do much of anything else in the game, but he was a starter on the field and helped the Monarchs capture a Conference USA championship. But even though Kevin Sparks did have a pretty decent game as a blocker, he wasn't really much of an impact as a receiving tight end. Only one catch, 3 yards to show for it, had a drop, and then there was a second ball that he was wide but naked open for that he just couldn't find for whatever reason. Cost him a big game, but it will be excused because he is like the 5th or 6th option. Look at this receiving core that they have here at Old Dominion, man. This is a really good football team, and Old Dominion is going to win the Conference USA, and they'll get a 10-win season under Caleb Williams working as the quarterback. Now, coming into this episode as well, we were still trying to figure out what bowl game we are going to be moving in towards. And listen, we still got a really good bowl game on tap. We are projected to go to the Discovery Orange Bowl, and oh my goodness, would this be what a rematch if this ended up coming into fruition. Now, we were the offensive coordinator for Maryland last season, and that would be a heck of a matchup. 2 top 5 offenses going up against each other. If this Orange Bowl did end up happening, now I will have to simulate to the bowl week to see if that does end up going into fruition or not. But man, would that be a matchup to watch out for sure. But another potential matchup that could have some interest is this TicketSmarter Birmingham Bowl. Now, You got UCF, who did win the American Conference. They're ranked number 13 in the nation. There's also fullback Joseph Kowalski, backup fullback for UCF. But for Louisiana Tech, 6-6, they do have Isaiah King. So if Louisiana Tech does go to a bowl game, we'll go ahead and jump into that as well. See if we can, get some highlights of Isaiah King, as he does actually lead the team in receiving yards. He has 58 catches for 900 yards. So if he has a 100-yard game, he'll have his first 1,000-yard season in his collegiate career. But we will not find that out until we simulate to the bowl week. So man, we do end up going ahead and going to the Orange Bowl, but it will not be the Maryland Terrapins. It will actually be the Notre Dame Fighting Irish that we are going to take on in the Orange Bowl. They're currently ranked number 5 in the nation. They're 11-1 as well, and this is essentially going to be a home game for us because it's down in Miami, Florida. We should have a pretty favorable fan split between the USF fans as well as the Notre Dame fans. So really excited for that bowl game and really excited for that opportunity as well. But we also got some guys who ends up winning some awards for us. We got Nugent winning the Chuck Bednarik Award, going to one of the best defensive players in the country. He has been lights out. We also got Michael Jackson winning the Bronco Nagurski Award as well. That goes to one of the best defensive linemen in America. So getting up the awards, Jackson also winning the Vince Lombardi Award. Nugent also winning the Dick Butkus Award. I believe that goes to the best linebacker in America. And then A.J. Hamilton, who had that 3-interception game early on in the season, he ends up winning the Jim Forte Award. So just cleaning out the closet. Ben Archie, he wins the Johnny the Jet Rodgers Award as well. That goes to the best kick returner. So getting a ton of rewards here in this season. So great job for our guys. Can't wait for the Orange Bowl. And I can't wait, for that to settle out. But let's see if Louisiana Tech does end up going to a bowl game so that we can jump in for that moment. So we will indeed end up going to see Louisiana Tech. And man, they got a good matchup on their hands. The 13th ranked team in the nation, 6-6. And Louisiana Tech, despite being in Conference USA, they are in an interesting spot. They were actually undefeated in non-conference play, beating Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M, beating all those schools. So 3 SEC schools that they beat, but they got into Conference USA, and they just hit an absolute wall. They lose 6 of their final 8 games, crawling themselves into this bowl season and taking on a UCF squad that is a really talented football team. They won the American, and they are riding an 11-game winning streak. So definitely going to be, I'm pretty sure, a high-octane matchup. We'll see if Isaiah King can get that 100-yard game so that he can have his first 1,000-yard season in his collegiate career. So here we are down here at the Birmingham Bowl as we go ahead and take a look at the highlights for Isaiah King, as we do get him. We try to get him going here early, trying to set up that wide receiver screen. Doesn't really go anywhere, and Louisiana Tech did have to settle for a field goal. But we are down 14-3, except we get a massive dot downfield. Isaiah King down the sideline, and he is gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And Isaiah King making his presence felt against the number 13 team in the nation, as the Bulldogs from Conference USA pull within just 4 points. As JD Hatte's going to look for his receiver in double coverage, but it doesn't even matter though. Isaiah King still makes that really big catch. And the Bulldogs suddenly with a chance to take a lead, and they will do just that, finding Skylar McCollin in the end zone. So that big catch by Isaiah King does end up assisting in helping them take the lead over the UCF Knights here in the Birmingham Bowl. But you already know this is a legit football team, so definitely going to be expecting this to be a back and forth affair, as Isaiah King does end up shedding a tackle this time around. Picks up a couple of yards there. We'll see if we can have a little bit more success calling Isaiah King's number a lot here for these wide receiver screens, as that ends up going for a gain of 5 there. So that does end up being the 5th catch of the day for the junior wide receiver. We'll see if we can make it catch number 6 for him, as King winning on the out route with relative ease. He picks up 20 yards there. Another huge first down, as King will get up into a little bit of blocking real quick, holds his block, and helps Harlan Dixon get into the end zone. And once again, Louisiana Tech, who, by the way, really struggled in Conference USA play. They only finished 2-6 in the conference, yet they are undefeated in non-conference play. So here they are in a bowl game. Definitely some underdogs for sure against this UCF squad, who did end up winning the American Conference. They will be one of the teams moving over to the Big 12 at the conclusion of this season, as that's another dot over the middle to Earl Wade, as Louisiana Tech all of a sudden, it's a 31-27 game. It's definitely a tightly, closely contested ball game. That is what we're seeing for sure. And they have a chance to go ahead and try to seal the deal here in the 4th quarter. The Bulldogs, they have a 3-point lead, as Isaiah King does end up getting himself yet another catch, and he's been having a fantastic day too. 8 catches, 141 yards to go with it as well. Doesn't get that second touchdown, but he did help them get downfield. Been a great day for this Louisiana Tech offense, particularly in the second half, in order to try to come back and win this football game. And the Bulldogs will end up doing just that, man. They pull one of the bigger upsets in bowl season. They will end up beating UCF by a score of 37-27. Absolute dot, by the way, to Isaiah King's. That is going to be the play of the game. We'll see if Isaiah King can at least get himself that player of the game. But they're certainly excited about winning the Birmingham Bowl, and it helps build a little bit more momentum going forward, as that will certainly be a boost to that Louisiana Tech program. Now, my man Isaiah King, even though he did not win player of the game, he had a really special day. 8 catches, 141 yards, a touchdown that went for 58 yards. My man was absolutely shredding that UCF defense, and he helped Louisiana Tech pull off a really great upset in bowl season. They will finish 7-6 and end up becoming the Birmingham Bowl champions over the UCF Knights. Now, another thing that I wanted to bring up is that there was a custom recruit that was on UCF. It's Joseph Krakowski. He plays fullback for them, the backup fullback. He didn't come into this game, but look at what UCF did. Trayshawn Ward, he was the Heisman Trophy winner, but kind of bottled up for the most part. 18 for 63 and 2 touchdowns to show for it. Mikey Keene also had a couple of touchdowns. And then looking through the air, Jalen Griffin led the way. 4 catches, 66 yards in this one. And again, the Heisman Trophy winner, 19 yards on the ground. Through the air off of a couple of catches. He did have a drop as well. We'll see what ends up to him as a NFL draft prospect. But in the meantime, fullback Joseph Krakowski, he did not play in this game, but he'll eventually make his way. Ryan Ellis is a starter right now. Expect him to start getting some reps 2 years down the road. But now let's go ahead and take a moment to check out some of the high school prospects that are coming through in this recruiting class. Some of your custom recruits. And if I want you guys to imagine, if you place Shaquille O'Neal on a basketball court, that is what you're witnessing with Ivan Boneless. He's 7 foot, 400 pounds, and he plays defensive line, and he is known as a pass rusher for right now. But that being said, what gets me really excited about Ivan Bonewis is that he has the ability to be a great run stopper as well. Just the ability to go ahead and plug up lanes throughout, that defensive line. And he has an extremely high motor as well. He currently is a 4-star prospect from the IMG Academy. Hopefully we can land this dude. Up next, we have a 5-star, the first 5-star prospect to ever come out of the state of Idaho. It's Joel Nadisaba. And one of the concerns that Nadisaba has is that, listen, the state of Idaho is not really known for producing elite football talent. So there is that concern that he is just a really big fish in a small pond, that kind of thing. But you cannot deny the talent that this guy has. One of the better running backs to come in this recruiting class. Matter of fact, he's in, I believe, the top 20 in terms of, on the ESPN 100 list, so the dude is definitely special, man. Anything you ask him to do, he can certainly do it. And the Ohio State Buckeyes, man, they jump on that opportunity real quick, as I believe he is going to end up signing with the Ohio State Buckeyes. He is a really special player, and we'll have to see how his college career ends up as he breaks out a massive run down the middle of the field, a 72-yard touchdown for the tailback. Can't wait to see how his college career unfolds, but congratulations to him for his signing. Now, Julius Thousand is a guy that always has had a chip on his shoulder, coming from the same school as his teammate Jonathan Thousand. He is the little brother, except he plays on the offensive side of the ball. He is a 2-star quarterback at Nottingham High School. And listen, part of the reason why he might be a little bit under-recruited right now is that his team, his supporting system around him, he's not from a very big high school program. And, he doesn't have a lot of opportunities to show what he can truly do. But, I mean, he can make the throws that you ask him to make. Now, he's not the most mobile guy. He can, outrun some of these smaller high school defenders. But, for college standards, he's not somebody that's going to be able to get away from pressure very easily. But he does have the ability to make good throws. He probably is going to be somebody that needs a red shirt. Keeping it in the state of New York, though, we have another quarterback that is a custom prospect. We got Kaden Doman. He is a 3-star guy, and he is somebody that has already made his collegiate decision. He is actually going to go ahead and play his college football at Rutgers University, so he'll have some opportunities to get some early playing time if he's able to, win that starting job early. Rutgers not known as a football powerhouse here in the modern college football world, but somebody that he could need a little bit of seasoning. Kind of has a little bit of Patrick Mahomes, has the desire to make those big plays. Definitely needs to sit, I think, for a year, and then after he gets that red shirt, he could possibly come in as a freshman red shirt and possibly change the course of this program. I mean, he has the ability to squeeze it in these tight windows. He won't get this kind of time at the collegiate level, especially playing at Rutgers, going up against many of the Big Ten offensive lines, especially in the Big Ten East. That is just an absolutely brutal division to play in. But from Lackawanna High School, he can be a special player. We'll see what happens with him at Rutgers. So the final notable high school player that I wanted to go ahead and take a look at is 4-star wide receiver Tyler McMullen. Hailing from Wazoo, Wisconsin, he is actually going to go down south a little bit, playing in a little bit of warmer weather, but playing with the Missouri Tigers. He has currently is verbal to Missouri as of right now, and hey, dude is a special guy. Being a 4-star player, you don't get that 4-star designation by accident. He, is a guy that, for his size, he can be a little bit physical, and he does also have some pretty nice speed as well. The recognition in terms of trying to go about finding holes in zone coverage, that is extremely valuable as well. And also, it's also nice that, having that speed, he can go ahead and go about, burning secondary, burning the safeties, as seen it a couple of times right there, going for long touchdowns. But since he doesn't rely on his speed, I can't wait to see him be an all-around wide receiver. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's recruiting special for both the custom prospects that are at not only the high school level, but also the collegiate level as well. If you did, make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. And let me know down in the comments as well about what custom prospect you're personally most excited for. And on top of that, if you made it to the end of this video, I am getting close to reaching that point where I'm ready for custom recruits for season number 5. But if you want to get higher priority, get yourself an opportunity to have a guaranteed higher ranked prospect, make sure you check out that channel membership program as well. It's not too bad, $2 to $5 a month, and all of the revenue goes to the YouTube channel. You do not have to go about making sure, you don't have to get into it to enjoy my content, but it really helps me out in a more personal way. So that being said, next episode we will have the Orange Bowl taking on Notre Dame. It is going to be a really tough matchup, which I'm personally excited for. So with that being said, this is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.